Hi, I'm Matt Call with Great Basin Team 1. We're here on the Mount Hood National Forest on the Camp Creek fire. This is your September 2nd update. Today the fire is just under 1,900 acres. That acreage will change a little bit based on our accurate mapping, but we're still under 2,000 acres, which we're pretty happy about. So today we have a screen. We like paper maps. We've been showing you paper maps. All of our people use paper maps. But we also have some other stuff that allows us to do some other things. You all have Google Maps, and you can zoom in and out. Well, we're going to show you what we can do with this one, kind of explain the story a little bit better. So here's a kind of a copy of our normal paper map. We've got the 26 road here with the communities along, and then we've got where the fire is located and the watershed, just for some kind of orientation. And to give you like a scale, that's about, every one of these squares is 1 mile. So we're 4 or 5 miles away from the 26 road, and then our fire. So we're going to zoom in onto the fire, show you what it looks like, and some interesting changes. The fire perimeter showed in red, except for we show it in black. And what the black means is containment. So today, you'll notice we have 11% containment, which is awesome. What that means, or how that's calculated, is we take the perimeter of the fire, and they take that full distance, and then how much of it's red, uncontained, versus how much is black, contained, and then they gauge that percent. It's math, it's hard, but for me, that 11% is based on how much is left. So that can kind of go up and down as the perimeter of the fire might grow. So that being contained means that we're really confident it's not going to escape that line. That's a road that's got a lot of prep work that we've talked about, remove fuels, a lot of those ladder fuels. So we're really confident that's going to stay there. And we're actually doing what we call mop-up. We're just basically in there digging with tools and spraying with water and cooling that edge off. So that's kind of one of the exciting things that's happening today. All along these roads where the R is, that's all area where we've prepped and are continuing to do prep, remove fuels, and we're getting ready to bring that fire to the edge there. So I'll kind of show you what that looks like on a different map here. When we go to Google Earth, we can overlay an infrared image. And when we get these infrared flights every day, that's what they send us. So there's different colors in here, and they mean different things. So the red means it's hotter. The orange means it's medium hot. Yellow is a little bit cooler. And then the greenish color is the coldest. So you can see the center of the fire where it started is the coldest area. We still have a lot of heat around the outside. Where we just did that controlled firing operation, you can see it's starting to cool off right here, and it's a nice clean edge, and you can see it's right up against that road where we have a really good fuel break, and we've done something to improve it as well. But if you look at these fuels, it's just continuous timber out there. So if you imagine the fire gets up in the trees and can spot, that little fuel break isn't going to do much to stop it. So that's why we build and improve that fuel break, and then we control the fire based on the weather. So we've got dry weather yesterday, a little bit drier today, and we're going to use that to our advantage if we can to put some controlled fire and continue that along here and kind of close this gap up. To give you an example of how the fire can spot, that's a spot fire we had several days ago. It's fully contained. It's about 40 by 40, but that's about 3/4 of a mile. So we can't build a fuel break wide enough to catch that. So that's why we have to be in control of the fire. So that necessitates some of those burning operations. So we're going to continue that operation all along here. It's all been prepped with heavy equipment. And this road is being prepped and opened up as well as a contingency line, as well as some of these road networks here. Right here we found the opportunity where we can actually go direct, meaning we're right up against the fire's edge. We found an opportunity where the fuels and the terrain allow us to go in with some dozers and some hand crews and actually build and construct line there. I'm going to fly this around a little bit, and that's going to allow you to sort of see what the terrain looks like. When we look at a paper map, it just looks flat, but when we use this, you can see now we have a three-dimensional environment where we've got firefighters and equipment going up and down all of these slopes. So that kind of changes the perspective a little bit and how much work it takes to get this fire line in. I've rotated it around to look to the south a little bit. This is the 14 road we're looking at. So that's the other critical perimeter that we have. The fire's reached the edge there, and we're going to this road's all prepped, it's plumbed, it's got hose and sprinklers on it. So as this fire creeps up, we can kind of control, burn that edge all along up to here and kind of close these gaps so the fire doesn't get up in there and start running and kind of start doing its own thing. As we move down this drainage here, there's a what we call a hand line, like a trail that the hand crew cut up this steep slope. You can kind of see the amount of work it probably took to put that in. It's kind of the steepness there. And we'll rotate back, so then that's looking to the east. So far, we're feeling really good about what's going on. We have some drones in, and we'll probably talk more about those in the days to come. What I mean by that is we have some like larger drone apparatus that allow us to do infrared. They allow us to do some firing, and without putting people in harm's way, they can fly in the dark. So we can actually have some more eyes in the sky, even if it's cloudy and hazy or smoky or dark. So we're pretty excited about those guys. They're up and operational today. We'll show you kind of more what those guys can do to help us in the next few days. But for now, that's all we've got for today, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.